Question for you all. Do you have a junk drawer? Do you have two junk drawers? A junk table, perhaps? A desk covered in crap? What about a junk wall? I'm back up in the playroom again, and I don't think I've ever shown this wall over here. It's like this built-in, I guess you can call it a bookshelf, but there's not a single book on it. What I do have on it are a bunch of arts and craft supplies, some gift bags. We've been accumulating these for at least 10 years. I mean, just a box of Disney memorabilia, some packaging for shipping something, toys and games, more crayons and art supplies, bedding, and something, I don't even know what's in all of these. But we're gonna look through it, and we're gonna organize it, and at least make some kind of sense out of this. Now, whenever we converted this room into a playroom, we took the bed out. You know, it used to be a guest room, and we decided to change all that and make this more usable for story. When we did all of that, we did, kind of tuck some things away on this shelf, but for the most part, this has been accumulating for 4 years. It's just random things that don't go in any particular room, or old decorations from our last house, or Christmas wrapping supplies. I mean, it's just anything that doesn't belong somewhere else. It ends up on these bookshelves here. And I feel like a lot of you are probably thinking, oh my gosh, Ashley, like I have a bedroom that's way worse than that. Like, that's not that bad. Fine, it's probably not that bad. However, as somebody with fairly high functioning anxiety, I need to find a way to make this a little more visually appealing. It bothers me that there is no rhyme or reason for any of these crates and boxes, and things are just crammed up on a shelf. I've ordered some things on Amazon that might help me get this a little more organized. For one thing, like all the arts and crafts, I feel like Story's getting to that age where she's gonna want to start playing with that kind of stuff more, and I feel like if it's in an area, or if it's organized better, she'll be able to see things easier and like get stuff out to play with without having to like dig through an endless crate. Also, this pink thing down here on the bottom, yeah, that was mine in college, and I use this for all of my art classes. Some of the things in there I probably don't even need anymore. This is a box of toys I need to get rid of that Story's either outgrown or just doesn't play with anymore. What is this? Okay, so here's my keyboard back here. I have a tripod, and then back here in the corner I've got wrapping paper for every holiday under the sun. This is like the top of the container that the wrapping paper goes in, and I've crammed this packing material in here because in my mind I'm like, this is good packing material, I'll use this for something. So here it sits. There's just a lot going on. You guys are going to help me clean it up today. So a couple of the things that I ordered for this are here. This thing looks a lot bigger than I imagined, or I'm just going to have to put it together somehow. I don't know. We'll figure this out. Okay, no wonder this was so cheap. This is literally cardboard. What I ordered is cardboard. I don't even know if I should put this together or if I should just send it back. I mean, it's kind of heavy duty cardboard, but like, cardboard. And I'm knocking everything over on my counter. What did I actually pay for this? Because is this worth it? This is supposed to be one of those things that it's got like several shelves on it for construction paper, so you can separate it by the color. I was just going to use it for all her different kinds of paper she has. This is why you read the descriptions when you order things on Amazon, or you end up with cardboard. Oh my goodness. So, it was $21. I thought it was going to be like one of those, like particle board shelving storage cube things with just a bunch of different sections. That's not what I got. Here's the instructions that tell me how to fold the cardboard. Oh my gosh, do I keep it for $20 or do I send it back? Because I really didn't see any other options. There were options, but they were like hundreds of dollars, and I don't have an actual classroom. This is not preschool/kindergarten. This is a playroom. So maybe cardboard's fine. This says Cassie Stevens approved. Whoever she is she like an art teacher or something? Oh my gosh. All right, well, Let's see what's in the other box. Okay, here's something that I can use. A bunch of little stackable plastic containers that have like flip tops. I think I just flipped the camera off, sorry. But yeah, I think these will be good. I think there's 10 of these, so they can stack together and we can put crayons, markers, all the little art supplies type of thing. And these are just the same thing but bigger, like longer. I'm gonna take all these upstairs now and try to put it all together. I think I'm just gonna keep this cardboard shelf thing that I got. It was $20. You know, we've spent more than that on dinner. If something happens to it, I won't feel bad. Well, there's my cardboard shelves. It's pretty solid. Like, it's all corrugated and then everything is kind of like tucked into each other. I'm kind of glad I got it. Actually, if you have a daycare or a classroom, or if you're a teacher, this is probably pretty perfect. I'll link it in the description below if you're interested, but I think this is going to be really nice. I didn't want anything, you know, like too heavy solid wood either, because this is going to sit on another shelf, so I think that's kind of perfect. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be too. I think we'll fit a lot of stuff on here. Okay, so here's my thoughts. Before I get started, let me just like get this out and like kind of share what I'm thinking, and then maybe it'll help me kind of get through this. I'm pretty sure these top 3 baskets on the top right here, it's old stuff of mine from when I was in college, so paintings, just, you know, different things that Story's not going to play with. So those are going to kind of stay up high, I think. And then I've got these 4 pink cloth baskets. I think I'm going to keep those for Story and maybe line them all up on one shelf. And I don't know what shelf that's gonna be. I'm gonna say probably this shelf will be all 4 of those. And then this bedding, like the blankets and pillows and whatnot, I'm gonna stack those down on the bottom because this is probably the tallest section of this whole area. I actually need to find maybe like a pillow basket or like a blanket basket or something like that, because I do want to keep this bedding in here for whenever we have guests, because down here I've got this blow-up mattress, so whenever we need to use that, it's going to go on the floor, and then I want to have bedding in here too. I think that's a good idea. Like, I'll put all that on the bottom here. This shelf right here is going to be eye level with Story, like I said, so I think I'm going to use this for all of her arts and craft supplies, and I think that'll work out. I just kind of have to rearrange it all, and then like redistribute a lot of this stuff that's already in these bins. Before I get started with anything, remind me one day to tell you the story of this snow globe right here. Just remind me. I'll tell you all about it. Raise your hand if you've worked in retail. So whenever we did floor sets, the way I like to do things is just to take everything off the wall and put it on the floor. Just dump it. Then you have a clean, fresh slate, and you can really visualize what you want it to look like, and then just start going to town. So that's what I'm gonna do. Here's where I'm at. So I move the bedding down to the bottom. I'm gonna get some kind of a basket or something for all of that to sit in. I put the paper divider thing here. This really, on camera, it looks really uneven and terrible. In person, it doesn't look that bad. So I don't really know if the shelf is uneven or if it's the cardboard thing. But we may just like kind of finagle this as we go and see what works best. I'm gonna get started on this bad boy. I got this at like Joann's Crafts, I think, when I decided I wanted to be a fashion major and I needed something to keep all of my crap in, and it's just been collecting, oh my goodness, every kind of craft and glue gun and glue stick and Target dollar bin doodads. So I need to go through all this and maybe divide it up into these little bins that we got. And I'm gonna get rid of this case because this thing is just really annoying to lug around. The whole point of having this thing was to be able to transport it to class and everything. Obviously, I don't need to do that. Let's get it all divided up into these little containers. All right, let's start with pipe cleaners because they're long and gangly. So here we go. I'd love to be able to remember why I bought some of this stuff, but it's pointless to try to figure that out. Paintbrushes from my art class that I haven't touched, but I don't want to get rid of because I feel like that was a really enjoyable pastime for me, so I might get back into that one day. Popsicle sticks, also known as craft sticks. Gotta have those. Oh my gosh. Pens, pencils, markers. Honestly, I don't even know if all of these work anymore. Found my X-Acto knife that I've been looking for years. Some garage sale stickers. There was also a time in my life when I thought that I'd be a famous scrapbooker, and I had to buy every single puffy sticker that Michael's had. But I will say that they come in handy whenever I make care packages for Tim. Sometimes I like to pimp out the box and make it themed to whatever season or holiday it is. So I could use these for St. Patrick's Day, rainbows and money. I'd love to know why I have so many of these wooden little clothespins. I don't know what I did with these, but I keep finding bags and bags of these. This is probably the oldest glue gun in history. There's no date on it, but it has seen a few things in its life. Pretty sure this was my mom's. She used to hot glue puff balls and stuff onto sweatshirts and stuff back in the 80s and 90s. And then I took it to college with me. Still works. I told you guys I had a lot of glue sticks, right? How many different kinds of glue does one person need? For the longest time, we've been keeping Story's crayons in this little Christmas cookie tin. So I'm gonna transfer those finally. Goodbye, old friend. Thank you for all of your years of service. You've been awesome. See, now this is the hard part for me, because it always has to get messier before it can look better. So I have all these containers going, and I'm trying to separate everything into what makes sense. I've got sewing notions in here, things that don't really fit in these containers that I have to do something else with. Crayons, paintbrushes, pipe cleaners, one pair of scissors in that box over there, a pile of stickers right here that I need another container for, glue. I mean, you name it. It's 3:30, so I have to go get Story, and I'm not done at all. We have a lot more to do. I did get most of that stuff put away that I pulled out of my craft carrying case, or whatever you want to call that thing. So it's mostly divided up into these clear plastic bins. But the problem I never thought that I'd run into as an adult is that I have to share space on the shelves with my daughter when it comes to my crafts. I have some crayons and my own coloring books and my own markers and paints that I don't want her touching. No offense to her, but it's the good stuff, and she's not ready for the good stuff. So I have to find a place for my crafts somewhere along the place for her crafts. I've got to get all these coloring books out of here into something else, and then put this bin up here with the other 3. I think I'm kind of stuck until later tonight. This is probably as far as I'm gonna get. Stay tuned for the rest of this. Good morning. This is day 2 of Operation Clean Up Our Junk Wall. So we're at Marshall's this morning, and it's about 9:30, so they just opened, and I just want to go and see if they have one of those baskets that we can keep blankets and stuff like that in. I need one that's going to be pretty big because it's going to go on that bottom shelf. So there's quite a bit of space, and I have a couple blankets and a pillow at least that I want to put in there. So I'm going to see what they have here. I know they have an aisle of baskets and things like that, so I'm going to check that out, and then maybe their bathroom section to see if there's a hamper that I could maybe use in that purpose. If not, we can always go to Target. There's a Target, there's a Home Goods. I don't know, we have some different options, so I'm going to go and see what they have. I'm not really seeing any big containers here, just a bunch of little small ones. So let's go check out the bathroom section maybe. Okay, not much luck in there. I went past the little bathroom section and they only had hampers that physically said laundry on the front of it. So we don't want that. So I'm gonna go to Target now and see what they have. We have a hamper from Target that's just kind of like a dark stained wicker, like a weaved wicker. So I'm thinking something along those lines, and then maybe it'll match the baskets that I have on that top shelf. I don't know, that was several years ago, so let's see if they have anything like that. Let's go to Target. So here's the one I was thinking of, but I think that still might be too small. This one here's 30. And then we could go full storage ottoman for 74. We're back from Target. It's a little bit later in the afternoon. Story had to take her nap. I had to do some editing, and now I'm back up in the playroom because I wanted to finish what we started yesterday. I did not end up getting anything from Target. I may go back and get that ottoman, that long one. I have to take some measurements first just to make sure, but I didn't want to commit just yet. However, I did end up getting a couple more plastic storage bins. They're just more square than the ones I ordered from Amazon. And so this is going to be good for her stickers and anything that just has kind of like a weird shape. So I'm going to add that to the wall. And then I also ordered these photo boxes, and they came today from Amazon. So if you'll notice right there, I've got a few photo boxes. There's a black one with all of Tim's old pictures. I have one that has all my old pictures. And then we have one that's actually Christmas cards. We've saved every single Christmas card that we've ever gotten since we've lived together in 2011. Anyways, I wanted all of that to kind of like look cohesive with everything I have going on the wall. And I ordered these boxes. They were supposed to be sage green. I'm going to call this more of a lime green, so I'm not in love with them, but they may just end up working. I have a fleece blanket in our bedroom that's got floral print on it, and it's kind of like a rose and then a green kind of color. So my thought was to bring that blanket over here and kind of like, you know, sprinkle those colors around the room so that it kind of all works together. That was sort of the idea behind these pink bins right here. So I'm going to end up switching these boxes out for these green ones, and then I'm going to end up getting something for this bottom row over here. And then I'll be able to work on like this top shelf, which I don't think is actually going to be a functional shelf. I think that might just be a display shelf for pictures and kind of like what I have going on right now, but I'm just going to make it look a little nicer. So that's what I'm going to do. I wanted to get all this done in one video, but I'm going to be realistic and transparent. It's just not going to work. And in fact, I've had a conversation with Tim, and I'm debating on whether, I don't want to do this, but I'm debating on whether I need to cut the weekly videos down to 2 a week instead of 3. I have all these plans, and I want this to succeed. I know we've already committed to 3 a week, but I don't want the videos to be rushed and done poorly. I need a minute to kind of like readjust to this whole schedule. Without Tim here, I don't have a lot of extra time to edit, and like I was telling you guys in the other video from Monday, sometimes things happen and I don't get to do work during Story's nap time like I planned, and so I just don't get things done until super late. And I want to make sure that I stay sane through this whole process. That's very important to me. I don't want to feel overloaded and more stressed out than I already am. I'm teeter-tottering with the idea of just doing a Tuesday and a Friday video. So let me know what you guys think. It's not going to be forever, but I need a minute to step back and just kind of evaluate my plan and just like basically build a game plan for going forward. Either way, stay tuned because I'm going to check in later and give you an update on the junk wall because this is not finished. That's a problem I have too. Nothing is ever really finished, and I think I said that also in my Easter decorating video. Here's the thing. I love decorating. I love organizing. It's part of my soul. It's part of who I am. I want to do things on a level that are not realistic to me. Like, this is not the home edit by any means. I have a passion for this, but I don't have a bank account that supports the passion. While I would love to like transform this just like the home edit, I really want to stick to a budget because I'm not trying to spend hundreds of dollars to make this look Instagram worthy. No offense. I want it to make sense for our lives and our budget. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm working with things we already have, getting inspiration and colors and patterns and ideas from things we already have. And that's what I'm rolling with. This is not a complete overhaul. I just want it to look nicer and be more functional. And I think I'm achieving that. But there's still, like I said, there's a few things that I want to do. So I'm going to work on that. And I will show you guys the finished project in another video. Let me just give you a quick little tour of the shelves, I guess. This is where we are right now. I was able to kind of separate my crafts over here from Stories. I have like all my watercolors in here and all my good crayons and good paintbrushes. This is all of my wrapping and like party decor type of stuff. And then my glue gun and some pens and Sharpies and sewing notions and what's in here. I'm kind of hoarding like this stash of Ticonderoga pencils. And then over here we get into Story stuff. So we've got her glue, her glitter and sand, colored pencils, crayons, markers, pipe cleaners, blank canvases and blank notebooks that she can color and draw on, a bunch of colored paper, some scrapbook paper, some stencils, and then over here we get into scrap felt, paint brushes, clothespins, I don't know, still can't figure out why I have so many, craft sticks, and then all of our paint and stamps, stickers, and then these are all her water books. If you're a parent, you know what these are. All these like Water Wow, Melissa and Doug type of, it's like got a water pen so it doesn't make a mess, and they just like color, and the colors kind of pop up on the page. Like I said, still have to get a little basket or something for here. I kept my gift bags down here because it just made sense next to the wrapping paper. I'm gonna switch out all of these photo boxes. These are all my Disney ears, which I actually want to try to frame someday and put on the wall over here. And then over here we have all of Story's coloring books and doodle pads, that kind of thing. These are all of our games. They're like the kids' games. This is kind of a mixture of different kind of stuff and some Christmas and birthday presents that I'm hiding. I like to buy things when they're real cheap and then stash them away. I'm not going to go through all this today. I feel like that's just a whole other thing. That's where we're at. It's better than it was, honestly. One more thing, sorry for the lighting. We're about to get our afternoon storm. It's summertime here in the south and we get a storm just about every day at 3 o'clock. And it's about 3:30 now, so go figure. That's about the time whenever I film and when I edit and when I get my work done. So I think I need to maybe invest in some studio lights. We'll get there. Hang in there with me, you guys. We will get there. Okay, I'm really going now. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Friday.